There we go. Sounds all good. And a warm welcome from myself, Avi, and it is a warm welcome to Spa, Francorchamps. And it looks like it's a warm welcome because it is quite sunny out there for the moment, unlike Division 2 last night. With me on the comments box tonight, I have Travis, which is our co-owner of FTR. And welcome to Spa, Travis.
Yeah, this is looking to be quite a good race. Lovely track. There's lots of overtaking areas. DRS can be a bit overpowered on the second straight, especially if you guys are running quite low winds. But I think it's going to be a good race with lots of overtakes for everyone.
Yeah, we saw that last night in Division 2. There was plenty of overtakes. Mixed conditions last night for Division 2. Started off in quali with Inters, came dry late in, I think in Q2. Q3 was dry, and then wet start, go to Inters, and then the soft or the medium compound tires later on. So it looks like Ume is off to a spin on his first flyer, so he's going to have to start all over again. But yeah, only 16 drivers tonight. Sheikh serving a race ban due to a steward's decision not going his way, unfortunately. So we're missing that driver there. But I am going to just pop into YouTube and just make sure that everything is fine from our side.
Alright. At the moment it looks like, I think one of the horses is... Yeah, Uzi is going to be the first across the line, so let's see what he can set the benchmark.
Alright, so I'm just going to get on Uzi while I check everything, and then let's do this.
Got some nice rotations with the bus stops again, see? 145.3. Not too bad of a benchmark.
Alright, there we go. So YouTube looks all good. So 145, that's a good benchmark. And on the channel, we've got Mango. Maybe race mate. Don't comment on the YouTube stream. We don't want to hear excuses later on. And then we've got Hanku. To cool, one of our management members saying how's it, and then Atmar saying Avi and Travi. Well, it's almost like Beavis and Butthead. I'm not sure who's who there, but I'll take it. And then our one of our I would say main guys that normally comment on the stream is Paris Ninja. He's also around, and he's all the way for Pantry, so that's good to know. So yeah,
Speaking about Pantry, I see he's coming through the bus stop chicane now. Let's see what time he can put up.
Let's see what he can get up to in the Alpine. Oh, the Williams, yeah, 145.7. So yeah, that's good going already. So Zivan has got a permanent seat in the McLaren. He used to be reserve driver for Red Bull. And we cannot use his services tonight again, unfortunately, because he did get himself a permanent seat in the McLaren. And I think he's probably one of the most favorite on YouTube. I think his fan base is quite huge, so I really want to follow him on social media so I can get some followers. Maybe take my Facebook friends up from 2 to 3. But it seems like a lot of people still in the pits. And yeah, so we'll only lose one driver tonight. I do not want to be that driver. It's always nice if you go out with 5 drivers or 4 drivers with you, but if you're the only one out, it just makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm not that. Nick Gishan, he did a bit of practice with me this week, and I tell you what, I did not get the result last night, but my man, that Red Bull of mine was hooked up last night. I tell you what, it was probably one of the most enjoyable races I've had in a long time. Some serious space in the car. Me and Nick did some really good work in trying to find a setup that suits you in Sector 1, 2 and 3. And we saw that in real life last week, as Nick invalidates. That you really need to build your car around sectors here in Spa. Sector 1, it's all about low drag, low wing. It's a nice skinny car, so you can get maximum straight line speed out of it. Sector 2 is really all about downforce, and then Sector 3 is once again straight. So we found a very nice balance between the sectors, and yeah, like I said last night, was a bit disappointed with the DNF, but I think the enjoyment of the amount of pace that I had last night was a positive to take, so that's always nice to have. So hopefully Nick can carry that through. Red Bull not looking so sexy. Let's just talk championships, Travis. Panda last night with his good result. It's very close between him and Bernard down for the championship in Division 2. And I've got a funny suspicion it's more leaning towards Panda at the moment. He's got some great consistency in results. So my money is on Panda for this season. But yeah, there is, after this race, 3 to go. Zandvoort up next. Then we head off to Imola, and then our last race is Spain before we start season 8. So he looks favourite there at the moment. Travis, if you can pull up maybe for us the standings in Premier Division, and also the constructors, we can maybe just run through that as well.
Yeah, so I got Premier Division standings here. So Speed Alcoholic leads the way on 137 points. Then Barb in second on 95. Top Dog 94, so that's a very close battle there, 1 point between them. Then it's Josh on 92, so that's a three-way battle actually for second. Then we've got Boinkies on 72, Pantry Star 72, so that's also Nick and Nick there. Then Mango on 52, which is quite surprising. You know, we all know he's got amazing pace, especially in qualifying. But it's just that he seems to struggle to, you know, get the race together.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, there's a lot of fast cars in Division 2, Travis, as well. And I think it's just it's putting that race together and not making, you know, stupid mistakes. And I call them stupid mistakes because there's times where you know, you're not supposed to push and you do. And I know Stoffel is one of those people. He's very fast in Division 2 and he's just had some really bad luck with just pushing at the wrong moment. So, you know, I think he's down at 4th or 5th in the championship at the moment. And it happens to Mango as well. I mean, he had a very bad Baku where a reset to track cost him a race ban, or a disqualifying actually for that race, so he didn't score any points in Baku. Yeah, I had moments where he was pushing and he was not supposed to be pushing. So, but Speed Alcoholic leading at the moment, which is, I mean, he should have won probably about a season ago, 2 seasons ago. He should have won a championship, and unfortunately, he just couldn't commit to racing every week, and he lost the championship based on, you know, not being available for races. But this season he looks a bit more focused on racing. Yeah, and if he gets it together, I think the gap between him and Mango is big enough for him to carry it into the last 3. So I think it's really probably between him, Josh, and Bob. We've lost obviously Yaku, so it's purely, if we take Yaku out, it's purely between Speed, Josh, Bob, and Top Dog. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be one tough challenge to take Speed Alcoholic to it, though. He seems really consistent on.
I tell you what,
tracks.
Top Dog had some really good results as well. He unfortunately, you know, ended up in hospital with an illness, so he couldn't race for a week. And always when you end up in hospital and you get out, then you're probably not 100% for the next week as well. So he had some health issues, and we wished him all the best. And he's obviously back tonight, which is great to see. So hopefully he can get a good result. But, you know, Top Dog can definitely take the fight to him. In the constructors, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. I think for a lot of, you know, big teams, Red Bull, Ferrari, we haven't seen Ferrari at the bottom of any table. So they're stuck in 9th. I think Red Bull is stuck in 6th or 5th at the moment. And it's all about Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, and Aston Martin, if I'm not mistaken, Travis. Is that our top 3?
Yeah, so Alpine leading the way on 300.
Oh, there we go.
Then Mercedes 287, Alfa Romeo 267.
There we go. So it's all about those 3 teams really at the moment. Yeah, so like I say, it's going to be a tight finish. This season there is prize money up for grabs for Premier Division, for Division 2 Drivers Champion, and also for the combined constructors. So these guys are racing for a substantial amount of money. It'll probably buy you dinner for you and your lovely girlfriend. Or if you have kids, well, the kids are going to have to pay for themselves, unfortunately. But it might just buy you the new F1 game if you put it away. So there is some nice money to be gained, and that's great to see. Bob currently a 158.0, but he is on track. He is in sector 2 at the moment. We'll check how far he is up, but that's probably just a banker lap for him. So as he comes through sector 2 in the Alpine, and you heard from Travis earlier that Alpine is leading, so he's about 8 seconds up. So that's a 150, and he probably had a very bad, he probably slowed down, so he's probably going to be, I think, let's look at a 145. If when Top Dog goes second with a 144.3, that's more like it. Put in the cats amongst the pigeons there. So let's see what Bob really needs I think safe is tonight probably 145. At the moment, Sims is safe, I think. I would think on that time. Let's see what Bob can do. 145 fourth. Good enough for 10th. So in the cutoff, Travis, at the moment, we've got Cyber and Super D. So Super D is on an outlap. Cyber is still in the pits. Josh is on a flyer. So let's keep an eye out on the other Alpine driver. Just want to flicking my eyes here, left, right, to go through YouTube as well. Skip the spotlight on the Jits. Yeah, we didn't not catch that lap of his, but we'll try to catch him in Q2, Jean-Paul. And Brian is saying Cyberchart's the GOAT. I think the GOAT at the moment in FTR, if you look at standings, is probably Speed Arcolic. He's had some really good championships in the past, and he's just evaded that elusive first championship win, and I think this season is really close for him, so that's going to be good. For him saying, how's it? And for him, we know you support Ume, so we did get a lap there by Ume. We also got a spin for you, so if you want to go watch that later. But currently your driver is a 9th in the Haas, 145.111. And it is so great to see both Haas's here tonight. Normally there's only one, so it's good to see both Haas. And if they get it together, Travis, they can jump Ferrari at the end of the season and not be lost, which will be great for Haas. Yeah.
It would be a bit depressing for the Ferrari boys, but I mean...
I think it's very depressing for Ferrari and Red Bull at the moment if you look at the standings. They should not be there. And I think obviously people who's very chuffed is Alpine and Alfa Romeo. So, right, so let's just have a look. Cyber, there we go, Cyber. Let's have a look with Super D. He's just started his lap. I'm going to take you through a lap with Super D. Right, so... he's actually finished. Yeah, he started it. So right, sector 1, as we go to the famous Eau Rouge. Yeah, you go up in 8th. There's no lift in these new cars. It is flat out. You can see he's tried to cut it on the inside. Brilliant. DRS has got a wide open. Let's have a look at his KPH at the bottom. And I can tell you already that is no wing for Super D. That's a 342. So that is not a lot of wing there for him. 4th gear, yeah, he's going to lose a bit of time in sector 2. Yeah, you can see he's in 4th. There he should have been in 6th already, almost to the rear there. Now it's a heartbreaking downhill into this tight right-hander, get it into 3rd, short shift to 4th as quick as possible. Off camber, left-hander, don't run wide because you'll invalidate. And then it's just forward again. Yeah, you're probably going to go 1 gear down. Let's see if he goes 1 down. Yeah, he loses a bit of front end because of no wing probably. But makes up for the straight line speed, goes into 8th. Let's see if he does this in 5th or 4th. He stays in 5th. And you can see he gets a bit on the curve, so nice rotation there from the car, although very low wing settings. 4th gear for him, yeah, you can get on the power much earlier. A little bit hesitant there, might be worried about losing the rear, but it all looks good. If you hug it tightly on the right hand side, yeah, you might get half a 10th, just for some good measure. And now it's flat out, completely flat out through this section. This is not even a turn anymore, and then heartbreaking uphill for your 2 last corners before you end this lap, and you can see traction or the ABS kicking in there. ABS being off 3rd gear, 4th gear, he should be okay. You can see there's not a lot of rear wing on that car, but a 145.1. That was a lap around Spa with Super D in the Mercedes. I need to learn all these corners. I know it's come on, Travis, you know F1, help me out with corners here.
Oh, that's
come on.
Not my
no,
forte,
I really don't care. You need to think. You need to think up names now. Call it the Senna corner or something. I don't know.
Small right.
Small right, big right. You're almost like rally drivers. Small right, small right.
I thought of that. 1 right ahead.
There we go. So at the moment, in trouble, I would think. Sims, Josh, Jot, Cyber Jot, yeah, big in trouble. So let's have a look at where Cyber is. He's got some following on YouTube. Purple sector 2 for him, which I normally don't trust. With Codemaster, because every time I switch to a driver I see a purple sector. It's almost like I don't trust 5th gear in my Red Bull anymore. I'm going to take my 5th gear out. I'm just going to go from 4th to 7th.
Sounds like you have some experience in this.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, last night, my word. This looks good from him. This should be a competitive lap time. You can see he's not pushing too hard. He's just going to put Cyber. And there we go. That's a good 6th for him. 144.7. That is safe. He will not be knocked out from there. Uzi is almost a 10th up in sector 1. We haven't been with the Haas driver. So let's see what he can do in Sector 2, if he can carry that momentum forward. Although he's not, I wouldn't say he's in trouble at the moment. You expect Sims to go faster. You expect Josh to put a lap up and Bob. So he might be the driver in trouble tonight. With only 9 seconds to go. And if you can stick with Josh, maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe Sims, because Josh has just started his lap, so maybe Sims will give you a good indication if he's up or down. So is Bob. Let's have a look in Uzi and see how he goes around Sector 2. I really need to go Google these corner names so I can sound all professional here. Right, he's the second up, so that will take him to a 144, which if he carries the momentum 144.3, that will take him almost up to third. So let's see if Uzi can get this together.
Umar up to second.
Oh wow, there we go. How's that, Günther Steiner? 144.3. Mega lap there by Omer. I tell you what, Uzi, his teammate, not far behind. He's probably going to get very close in matching that. Where does he cross the line? Oh, a 144.4, so not too far off his teammate.
From the house, boys.
Yeah, brilliant from them. Let's have a look. So all of a sudden, Josh is in trouble. Royal
Josh
Viking.
is up 13 seconds on his time at the moment.
He should be up almost a minute. Alright, so let's while you're with him, I'm going to have a look at Royal Viking in the Ferrari. And see if he can better his time. So he probably wants to get into the 144s. He's not. He's going back into the pit. So he says that's done. And he might just have put himself into trouble here. So I am currently with Bob. I think the two Alpine drivers are towing each other. Are they? No, they're not.
No.
No, it's Mercedes in front. Right. So let's see where that puts Sims. Who's going to cross the line first?
Sims stays 16th.
Stays 16th. My word. Bob moves up into 14th. Oh, wow.
That's quite a surprise.
All right. That is a surprise. So that is big news for you coming out of Q1, is that Sims has not gone through to Q2. I don't think that's strategic. I really don't think so. Yeah, just battling for pace at the Mercedes. And the Mercedes not looking good. The start of the Spa race night. 13th and 16th for them. They need to get some points to keep them in touch with the constructors' standings. But at the moment, it's not familiar names up top, except for Mango. You've got Omer in second, Top Target third, Ziban in fourth, Uzi in fifth. Championship leader Speed Alcoholic in 6th, and then Boinky's 7th. I tell you what, that's another driver that is always just super clean, is Ronald. And if he can get it together, he showed it so many times in the past that you can be as quick as you want to. If you can't put a race together and if you keep on getting penalties, the game will punish you. And he's very disciplined when it comes to that. So right, me and Travis is going to take a break in between qualifying sessions. It is Mango on top. And we will catch you in qualifying 2 again. Right, so I'm back, and I'm pretty sure Travis is back as well. He doesn't drink as much coffee as I do. Let's not say coffee, espresso. There we go. Let's just get that right. Yeah, so just I had a look at YouTube while I was making some espresso, and I see the Devon fan club is back. Tilla is back. Welcome, Tilla. It's nice to have you on the stream with us again. And for him saying is that the two Haas boys is her boys. Now, for him, just tell me, is that your kids? Is that your two boys, like in real life, like genetically, DNA-wise, two boys? We really want to get this right. And if it is, it's the first time that we'll have two brothers as teammates in FTR out of the 4 years that we're running, which is it's always a first for something. So that's great. And I always try to understand who's who on YouTube, trying to make sense of who's fans. I'm always so scared that I might ask them, so are you connected? And it might just say that, yes, I'm his floozy. And then I have to do some explaining somewhere to someone's wife, which is not normally cool. But hopefully we don't have to do that tonight. Alright, so for him saying yes, they are. So hang on, for him. So Umair and Uzi are both your sons. My word. Okay, well, if we have a mom watching, that is legend. That is absolutely legend. I watched Formula 1 with my mom when I was young. She brought me into F1, into the fan of it. And yeah, it's great to see that moms out there support their boys. Hats off to you. Auntie Faye. Let's go, Auntie. Makes me feel young. Right, so predictions for Q2. Travis, come on then. We've saw some great pace from the guys. We've also seen struggling Mercedes in Super D. And we obviously know that one Mercedes is out already. And everywhere that I go to, I just see red. Boinkies. We haven't been with Boinkies for a bit. So he's in Sector 3 at the moment in the Alfa Romeo. Following his teammate Speed Alcoholic. So let's see where he can get up to. Tilla's saying Zivan is winning everything. Tilla, I'm not sure which stream you're watching or which league. It's probably not FTR. But if it's not FTR, we are very happy that it's winning somewhere else. And if you think it's FTR, then I need to do some other commentary apparently. Right, so Boinkies is going to cross the line. That's a 144.9. That's good from Boinkies. It gets him up into third. Ume with a 145.0. And as I say that, Mango got stopped with a 143.3. A good lap time by him. I just want to see if Nick, I haven't been with Nick as well, and it is my favorite team. I always say that, and then when I look at my team, they're on the grass.
Seems to appear.
I tell you what, if I was Christian Horner, I would probably not use the word fascinating ever in this season in Red Bull. Because it's not fascinating to see anything of Red Bull at the moment. Me DNFing last night, no teammate last night for me. No teammate for Red Bull tonight with Nick Gishan, only one around. It is tough times at Red Bull. Financial woes continue in Red Bull.
I thought that's why you had the Oracle sponsor. They give you guys like 500
no, apparently they're not giving us jack shite at the moment because Red Bull is financially battling. You can see that we've got no full house in drivers every week. And the two drivers, myself and Nick, is just having a horrible time at the moment. Yeah. Right, that's me done talking for Red Bull in Quali 2. I'll talk about Red Bull again in Q3. Well, if I was just on Uzi, and was I? Yeah, I was. He's invalidated, so he's going to have to start all over again. Royal Viking is on a lap. He's just going to come through.
Oh, that's very late on the brakes.
Very late on the brakes. Probably going to lose a tenth or so. It hurts you coming out here, but let's see where that tops him up. It puts him in provisional 9th, although you think a 145.3 is not good enough. We saw a lot of 145.3s in Q1, so he's going to have to step it up. Probably, Travis, 145 flat is probably going to be our safe one. I think a 145 flat, probably safe. Or cut off.
I'm going to go with about a 145.15. That's what.
Alright, so 145.1. You are so technical. I just go for a 145 flat. So Travis 145.1 cutoff. I say 145 flat. We'll round up to the closest 10 just to make it easy for me. Right, Josh is on a lap, so is Speed. I am currently with Josh in the Alpine. And his teammate is also on a lap, but I think he's invalidated his first one. Right, let me just put my glasses back on and head on to YouTube. Travis, which car are you on? So you can jump in a bit of comms here.
I'm currently on bar.
I just have a look at YouTube.
Yeah, so it was quite surprising to see Bob quite low down actually last qualifying. So let's hope maybe that was just some technical difficulties. You never know. So let's see what he does.
Alright, so while you do a bit of comms there for me, Bob goes 10th with a 145.4. Right, next driver that you're on, Travis, just talk me through it.
Let's go.
Josh is going to come through now. Yeah.
Josh.
Right. So this is funny. So Fahim is saying yes, it is the two boys, and they're both called Umair and Uzair, and we've got Abby and Chavi in the comms box. So we all. I sound like Eminem at the moment. Quite happy with that. Right, Josh with a 144.8. That's more like it.
That's quite a nice lap.
Yeah, that's good enough for 8th. Super D. I'm going to pop on him.
Ooh.
Ooh. Alrighty then.
I'm not sure who else that was. It's Van Umer. Looks like he was also, or one of the horses was also.
Yeah, I think that was just a blind reaction maybe from Super D. Alright. Tilla's saying, right then. Zivan says he's faster than everyone with his eyes closed. You're going to take that? No, we're not taking that. We take that as Diddy Squad. Previous season, we used to have a game in FTR. For all the comments, we used to have a game.
I remember this game.
Yeah, there was a game where we ask you 3 questions during the race, and the person that gets all 3 questions right wins Deadly Squad. Yeah, that's what we do. So maybe we should go back to Deadly Squad. It's a good game. Loved it.
Alright, so I see Nick just starting his lap. Right, so I seem to have found all the corner names, so I'll take us through this lap. So, going through Radion at the bottom, then Aruz through the top. Now he's coming on to the second DRS straight, which is the Camel Straight. That leads into turn 7, 8, and 9. The Les Cambos, I believe it is pronounced.
Ah, that sounds Mexican.
So,
oh, Les Cambos! Corrilli!
So coming through turn 10, Bruxelas. I don't think that sounds more Mexican, but anyway, we'll look past that. So now coming through turn 11.
I need to go look at these corners. I know corners quite well in F1. That's just tonight. Not...
Now we're going through Puan, turn 12. Quite a long left-hander. Now we're coming through turn 13, 14, the Campos.
You've done your homework.
Yeah, now turn 15, ignore my pronunciation, Stavlot, I believe.
Stavlot.
Turn 16, no name. Now
are we with Nick, Travis?
Yes, we with Nick.
Yes, I am so clever. And he's got a purple sector too, by the way.
Yeah, now he's going through Blanchemont. That one I know,
Blanchemont, there we go. You see, it all comes to mind now.
And now we end off with the bus stop.
Alrighty, that was good. That was good rotation. I tell you what, this setup that me and Nick's got, this setup is mega if you can put it together. And he goes.
That is a nice.
There we go.
There
we go. That's more like it, Gishan. Right, so that's good enough for 5th. So who we've got in the drop zone? It was just over 3 minutes to go. It was just under 4 minutes. Ume in trouble with a 145 flat. I'm going to say that again, a 145 flat. And then Royal Viking in 12th. Bob, Super D, and Uzi. So Uzi's in the pits. Let's just see where Super D is up to.
Can I just point out, Ume was, I think, just under 1.1 seconds up on his time. So this is looking, it'll put him around 5th, 4th, around there.
Right, let's get on with the Haas driver. Let's see where this is going to put him. Is this good enough for, my word,
nice.
143.9. So into the 143s for him. 143s for speed, same as Mango. So 3 drivers in the 143s. Super D, yeah, he's just had no practice this week. Unfortunately, he did some travels to Joburg. So that was difficult for him this week. Uzi is on an outlap. Viking is on a flyer. tenth and almost 2 tenths up on his lap time. That will take him to 1:45.1.
Oh, that was close to the line there.
So let's see Royal Viking if he can get himself out of trouble here. It's normally sector 2 where the time is gained or lost, you feel, with a bit more technical side to it. 10th up, lost a bit of time in sector 2. So a 10th up for him, that will not be good enough to take him through. He needs about 5/10 to 6/10 from Josh.
Yeah.
But never say never. There is still 2 minutes left. He's not going to have enough time, Travis, to go out again.
I know he will have gained through the bus stop. His last lap he did break quite late, so there he gained about 2/10. Well, I would say just from the bus stop.
Almost. So he's still about 2/10 off the top 10. Loses the rear slightly there. He's not going to have enough ERS to compete on that lap. That won't be competitive. I saw that last night. Bob, I'm going to jump on with the Alpine driver. Maybe if Uzi starts his lap, I'll jump on to him just for fame.
Oh, Uzi into the wall. Ooh. Luckily,
pressure.
not a retirement.
Yeah, but that is qualifying done for him. He will not have enough time to go around this lap, get into the pits, do an out lap and a fly. So that is Uzi out. He's not going to make it through, unfortunately. Super D is on an outer. Bob is on a validated lap. Thank you for that. Ronald. Right, come on, Ronald, get in there, boy. What has he got? He's on sector 2 at the moment. What can the Alfa Romeo driver do? Can he get himself? He needs about a 10th and a half to maybe get him through. It's considering that no one else improves. I wish they would give us that delta underneath where you can see drivers improving or not. That would be so cool.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, but Codemasters can't even get the graphics right, so they're probably not going to get telemetry right, yeah? I mean, spinning in 5th gear. Happy days. Right.
I see Royal Viking at 10th up on his time. However, his ERS is low, so I think he will...
Yeah, I was also last night, and you just lose so much time on that canal straight. It is just ridiculous. It's I'm just waiting for... Right, Boink is 2.5 tenths, almost 3 tenths up in Sector 2. And that will get him through if he can continue this lap. We know Royal Viking is not going to improve. We know that Uzi is out. So I just want to really stick with Boinkies and see if he comes through where he can get himself up to. Good rotation from the Alfa Romeo there. Let's see, this should be 9th or 8th. 10th. Ooh, 1:45.48. Josh is on an outlap. Right, guys, to take the checkered flag is Mango Umede or safe. Nikishan safe. Royal Viking, unfortunately, he's out of Q2. So he's not going to partake in Q3. Bob is under pressure. So who are we looking at? We're looking at Josh, Bob, Super D. That's who we're looking at. So I just want to see. Josh is probably the first one who's going to cross the line. Am I right? Yeah.
Yep.
So Josh is almost 2 tenths up. So that will get him through to the top 10. That will push Boinkies out of the top 10 shootout. He's in Sector 2. I just want to get his Sector 2 times, and then we'll go back to Bob again. Sector 2 will be coming up shortly. 3.5 tenths. Yeah. So Bob, on the other hand, he is a 10th and a half down in Sector 2. Or Sector 1, apologies. So he's going to have to make up some time in Sector 2 and 3 after his good result last week. He had a really good, podium last week for Bob. That was good to have.
Oh, don't be invalid.
No.
Luckily keeps it valid.
Yeah, I tell you what, you can get away with murder on that specific part of the tarmac. So, Super D is on a lap. I don't think this will be an improvement from Bob. So we've seen Josh pop into 8th. Don't think this is going to be an improvement from Bob. Boinkies, no improvement. So Boinkies is out of Q3. Bob, I don't think that's going to be an improvement.
Oh, P10!
P10. Oh, 0
Super
to cool.
D goes 9.
With 10th, Super D in 9th. What a pressure lap by Dominic. My word, what a quality lap that was. Alright, so yeah, I think this is going to be close. So 4 drivers in the 143s. and then all of them 144, and they go. I think the gap is still a bit big, but yeah, let's see. Let's see what qualifying 3 is going to bring us. Alright, Ron is saying, how's it? Yeah, how's it, Ron? Nice to hear from you, buddy. Good result from him in the Alfa Romeo last night. He's obviously supporting Alfa Romeo. And unfortunately for him, he's lost his teammate, Boinkies. It's down into 13th, but he does have Speed Alcoholic in 3rd. So that's all still looking good for the Alfa Romeo team. For him saying if Mango can race the way he qualifies, yeah. I mean, if I can do what I do in time trials, I'll be a legend. Obviously, that's not happening. Alright. Right, there we go. So just confirmation for you. I am not going to go for a coffee break again, but we will be slightly silent between the qualifying sessions. But just to confirm with you is that Mango is on top again. It was on top in Q1, on top in Q2 as well. So Mango on top. Top Dog was second, I think, in Q2. Second again in Q1, Q2. We've lost Bob in the Alpine. We've lost Pantry Star in the Williams. Boinkies in the Alfa Romeo. Royal Viking in the Ferrari. And we've lost Uzi in the Haas, as we saw some nose repairs for him and didn't have enough time to get back to the pits. So your top 10 shootout is next. Myself and Travis will catch you just now. Right, so welcome back to Q3. This is Spa, so welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. And can anyone get Mango in qualifying? Is someone going to make some huge mistakes? But we saw some great posts by Speed Alcoholic, Mango, and Top Dog.
Yeah, so I see Zivan is the first one out, so he will be the first to cross the line and start his flying lap.
I'm also very guilty here because I need you to tell me when Zero to Cool starts his flyer. I have not been with him at all tonight, and we'd like to do management favors. Just get a bit of airtime there for Zero to Cool. Right, so Zivan is on an out lap, so Hanko's still in the pits. He probably used a bit too much of the soft rubber in Q1 and 2 to get himself through, so he might just do one run. Depending on how many tires he has got available. Alright, so remember, if you're watching, and I'm just looking out of top of my head here, Fahim, Tiller, let's just have a look here. Ron's also around, Etienne is around, just have a look, Atmar is around. So yeah, just remember, 3 laps before the end, you can give us your driver of the day. Voted by you, and there is a commentary section just after the race if you want to catch commentary, a bit of interviews with the top 3. You can get to know the drivers. Doesn't necessarily need to be your favorite driver, but it gives you a good idea of who your favorite driver is racing against. So it's always nice to get to know the drivers here at FTR. we'll have a short interview session with the top 3 podium sitters. So you can join me and Travis for that just after the actual race. Right, so I'm going to get on board with Mango with his flyer. And I'm not going to say turn up your volume like Sky News does or Sky Sports. I am just going to let you be with the sound of roaring engine. Right, and that was a lap by Mango, almost into the 142. Smart word, a 143 flat. Travis, you're quite highly rated as a fast driver. 143 flat, good?
Yeah, that's exceptionally good.
Is that fascinating? Because I can't say fascinating as a Red Bull Christian Horner because the Red Bull's off nowhere. But I'll go for fascinating with that. I tell you what, a really good lap while I was listening and watching Mango was Zivan with a 143.8. What a lap by him. And then Top Dog again 143.4. Cyber 143.6. Nick Gishin, not the best of lap, couldn't get that lap hooked up. So same as Josh. Hanku is on a lap, and I did not catch his lap while we were on Mango. Let's see where Zero is going to be. That's 7th for him, a 144.244. I cannot remember lap times last night, but I think, from what I see now, is that between pole and pole for Division 2 last night, more than a second. So that justifies Premier Division for you. Even a second is probably close to 8/7 faster than what Division 2 was last night. So at least we got that right in FTR, Travis, is that the gap between Premier Division and Division 2 is quite big, and yeah, that's justified.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the timesheets. Top Dog is really taking it to Mango this session, but I would say this whole qualifying really. I mean, he's 3 and a bit tenths off. And yes, it is a lot, but for someone as top quality as Mango is in qualifying, that's very impressive.
Yeah, I think you get drivers that's got very different strengths. If you look at Boinkies, Ronald, he's not the fastest qualifying. He knows that is not where his strength lies. His strength lies in race pace, really defending well. He's probably one of the guys that defends really well in this league. And no penalties. And if you do see him get a penalty, then you know track conditions are horrendous. So that's his strength. Mango's strength, definitely qualifying. Race, it's sometimes different when the car's full of fuel. But we'll see how it goes tonight for him. Top Dog, what you see in qualifying is what you get in the race. So that must be good for him, because Top Dog has got good race pace. He does not make a lot of mistakes in general. Yeah, he hasn't been leading a championship for a long time with us now, so the pressure's not really on him. Cyber we haven't seen enough of yet to comment on his race pace. Zivan the same. But yeah, they're all close. Nick Gishan, I think that 144.1, I think Nick can get into the 143s. I think definitely 143.8 is possible for Nick, if he can get it right. We've seen that. And yeah, Travis, just interesting to see that. Yes, last night, mixed track conditions. Does that give you 4 tenths extra? Last night, rain in Quali 1 in Division 2, rain in Q2, and then a last 5 minutes dry, and then a dry Quali 3. I mean, the track's not rubbered in yet.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, but yeah, definitely the rain does obviously mess with the track evolution. But then you also think, Q1, you don't really gain that much time. If you look, the difference between, the average Q1 time and the average Q2 time, where the track really starts rubbering in is, the ending of your Q2. That's when, everyone's starting to push.
Yeah,
And
I'm just thinking it's the first time that we see the gap this big between divisions. Normally it's about, if I take Mango out of the equation, it's normally about 5 tenths. And tonight is definitely very close to a second. So I just think that maybe the rain last night in Division 2, I mean, I felt it in the car. Yes, I was in a very good lap and then obviously invalidated it. But I don't think a 143 was possible last night for Division 2 in general, purely based on track conditions. So that might play a role. We've also seen, Travis, that in Q2 there was only, 4 guys in the 143s, and all of a sudden we've got 6 guys on the 143s and 2 guys knocking on the door of it. So it is definitely ramping up. So that's good to see.
Definitely, it just shows the track evolution and also how hard the guys are trying to push now. And especially now being, we'll call it the last 2.5 minutes of Q3. Now that everyone sort of got their banker, I mean, maybe except Josh, I would say. I think he's got a lot more less in the tank. But everyone sort of set their goal of a banker. So this next lap we see from them is where they're going to pull out all the stops.
Right, so let's just see who's going to cross the line first. Everyone's on outlap, so I think the first one would be... Right, so the first one across the line is Cyber, so he's going to be the first one to set his lap, and then we'll jump on to the rest. RSA Chocker saying he wish he could have Mango setup. Well, Travis, we've said this so many times. Driver setup is driver specific, or car setup. We did that the other day, me and you. You're an extremely fast driver. I tried your setup. I was absolutely nowhere. It's not necessarily taking a setup from a driver and think that you're going to be a second faster. It just does not normally work that way. Yeah, just not sure what your views around that is.
Yeah, so, I mean, I agree with you up until a certain point. For sure, it depends on your driving style. But also, if you have a similar driving style, then to a certain point, the setup will work for you. Obviously, not every person. You won't be identical in every single way. That one driver, you might get on the brakes, 10 meters later, so he gets on the power 10 meters, later, or whatever the case may be. So that, might lead to, something small like a suspension change, just, because he gets on the power slightly earlier. So that all plays a small role. So definitely everything is driver specific. I mean, you see this in F1 where, like Russell and Hamilton are like the main two I can think of. Like, I know Russell's given Hamilton his setup and Hamilton's gone absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, we saw that with Max and with Sergio as well. I mean, Max likes a... I think it's an understeer car, Max does? Or does he want the oversteer?
Max likes oversteer.
Oversteer. So Max likes a fronty, or a pointy front end, whereas Checo normally just not prefer that. He likes a more of an understeer car. And yeah, you can see that those two are probably not sharing the same setup, and if they are, then that's obviously Checo's problem at the moment. But yeah, it is definitely race specific, or race style specific. And one thing that we've learned out of this game, Travis, is that time trial setup is not necessarily going to transparent or transpire into a good race setup in terms of tyre wear, especially with this new tyre model that they brought out this season. 0 to cool is in sector 3 at the moment. I just want to see when he crosses the line where this is going to take him up to. Alright, I don't want to miss any of the action, but yeah, we've only got one camera view. So Zivan has lost the car, unfortunately. And Hanku has lost the car as well. So
Oh,
that is the last corner. And yeah, you need to be so careful if you run low wing there. So that is 0 done. He will start in 8th if no one improves. Ziban in 5th if no one else improves. Cyber is
oh,
almost a 10th up.
Mango lost it. Something you don't see often through Kuan.
Alright, so I'm not sure if there's any damage on Mango's car. But he's
No,
got
it
four
doesn't look
tens
like.
to play with. Cyber is almost a 10th up on his time. So he needs a bit more than that to take him into 3rd, just above Umer. So let's see if Cyber can. Umer is done with qualifying, so he's done a 1:43.463. Nick Gishan pops up into
Oh,
fifth, and
top
that
dog
there we
also
go.
catching it.
Yep. So Nick Gishan a 1:43.7. I knew that was in him. So well done to Nick. 1:44, 1:44, 1:43.4. Let's get that right. Top dog. Let's see Cyber. If he's going to improve, is he going to find those 2 10s to get him into 3rd? Oh,
Oh,
again, just too much.
yeah.
Just absolutely too much. We saw that with Cyber. We saw that with Zero to Cool. And it was Zivan. Right, so qualifying done. Josh is invalidated. So Josh is not going to put a competitive lap time up. That is his qualifying done. And yeah, I still, let's just see, Mango. Yeah, so that will be pole for Mango. And yeah, the FTR, if you don't know, Mango will get two extra points for his championship, as well as 2 points extra for his team for getting pole position. So pole position this season gets you 2 extra points, and a fastest lap if you finish inside the top 10 gets you 1 point extra. So great stuff by him. Top dog in second. Right, so this confirmation for you. Mango, 2 points extra for him on pole position, second pole in a row for him. Top dog in second, welcome back to him. Umer in third, great lap by him. It's good to see him on the second row. And he's joined by Cyber. Your fourth row belongs to Nick Gishan. What a lap by him, 1:43.7. He's teaming up with Zivan there. He's a reserve teammate for Red Bull that's now permanently in the McLaren. On your fourth row, we've got Speed Alcoholic. Not the best of start for him as a championship leader. He's pairing up with Zero to Cool. And then in your fifth row, it's Super D and Josh with not really a competitive lap time. Right, so this is the time, Travis, where I normally, because I'm quite old, I go for a loo break, a coffee break, a water break, and then again for a toilet break. So we're going to use this opportunity to get all that done while the guys pick their setups, pick their, not setups really, but maybe do some fine tuning just on the wings, get the tire strategy right, and start the formation lap.
All right.
Right, if you just joined in, welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. It is 22 laps waiting for us here at Premier Division and FTR. And guys have done their formation lap. Only two funny tyre choices right at the moment. Mango getting on the hards, and Sims getting on the softs all the way from the back of the grid. So he's going to try to make some inroads, hopefully in the first couple of laps. Actually, Charlize is also back. Better late than never. She's obviously supporting Ziban. Right, and as closer to the race, I think what we're going to do is we're not going to do the diddly squat game tonight, Travis. What we'll do is, depending on the race and how it goes, we will do, the fans can actually give us a question for the top three drivers to ask tonight in the commentary, in the interviews. Yeah, so that's something that we will get. So Tilla, Charlize, everyone, RSA, Chocka, everyone. Let's do that tonight. We'll talk a little bit later about that. Let's just get our race start going. Right, so
I'm just looking here. Top Dog, I see, seems to be giving me the best camera, so I'm not sure about you.
right, so at the moment for me, Zivan is the best camera view, and it's lights out and it's away we go. I did not see the lights go out, unfortunately, but it is a great start by Top Dog, I think. Yeah, I see everyone is going through turn 1, no issues so far. Here comes the fun. It's Rio Rouge, full tanks of fuel. Let's see how this pans out. So all looks good. Rio Brest almost in there with Siban, I think it's Super D and Nigishan. So the 3 abreast there. Nick found some space at least, so he looks to be okay. Cyber, Zivan has just, ooh, and this is a close battle between Cyber and Zivan. Zivan, yeah. That's good. That's good. That's fair driving from both. And as he lost a bit of space there, it's Super D. So let's see if Super D can get around the outside.
No.
Alright, so it is all as it was. Uzi looks to be the biggest loser for me at the moment. He is down in 16th. And I'm not sure what happened with him.
Sim's having a pretty amazing first lap, up 7 positions already, and we're only halfway through the lap.
Yeah, so he starts on the softs. He's going to try to do a Max Verstappen here and see if he can carve himself through the field. I'm just waiting for the telemetry to reset itself after this lap because there's some deltas that just doesn't look right to me. But at the moment it is Mango leading from Top Dog, from Speed Alcoholic, from Umer, Zivan, Cyber and Super D. Nigishan all the way in 8th position. DRS will be enabled after, ooh, and a big, ooh, yeah, runs a bit wide. That's going to be a track invalidation for him. That might just be 2 in 1 lap for him. And in that whole scenario, he gets split by Speed Alcoholic, who just gets past him, and he's under pressure now from Umer and Zivan. Zivan going on the inside, and that is a pass by Zivan. He's up into 4th. Cyber now looking at the back of Umer as well. Very interested there. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, so this looks like our closest battle. Nick Gishan on Super D at the moment. So DRS will be enabled after this lap. So let's see if Nick will go. No, he's not going to. He thinks a bit of it. DRS will be enabled soon. And, not sure if he missed slightly concentration there in his braking, but almost in the back of Super D there. But no harm, no foul. He stays in 8th, and he's got Sims cruising up behind him, and all Simpson needs to do is see, as Travis is, be patient. He is on a faster tyre. Do not lose a front wing because of being over eager, because that's the last thing you really want. So how will he go about this if there is no safety car? Travis, does he do a one-stopper? Does he do soft hards? Can he get to the end with the hards, or does he do a two-stopper?
So the way I would approach it, in my opinion, is what he needs to do is sort of just do all his overtakes with DRS, you know. That is the easiest, obviously. I mean, Nick's out.
No.
If you go on Uzi, you'll see it.
Yeah, I got that.
Anyway, all this has done really has actually just helped Sims, as it's now bunched the pack up again. Not that it was very spread out, but it's bunched up, and he's now got Is it safety car? No, it doesn't
I
look like
do
safety car.
not see a safety car on track,
I
so
think
that
it
will just
might
be,
be VSC, maybe?
yeah, VSC for now. So yeah, it's all good. Oh man.
So,
Yeah,
not
I'm
a,
gonna
not a
I'm
good,
gonna take about 10 minutes to get over Nick. So Red Bull is having one of the. You know what? That car's jinxed. I do not want to race in that car anymore.
I
Love
think you
that
should go for
car.
Mercedes, I think, maybe.
No, no, you know what? No, I'll take the jinxed car rather.
Maybe take AlphaTauri. That's
You know what? I'm a big Fernando Alonso fan, so I might just move to Aston Martin next season because I do love Fernando. So that's just yeah, it's that car's jinxed.
I think it's just the drivers. I seem to have done all right in it last week.
Ah, man. Anyway, let's do the morning a little bit later. It's Mango from Speed Alcoholic. Speed Alcoholic sticking with Manor, but he is on the faster tyre at the moment, so he's going to start losing grip around about lap 9-10. Zivan sticking close to Top Dog, and then a bit of a gap to Ume, Cyber, Super D, Sims in 8th now with a spin of Nick. Hanku, 0-2, getting very close to Josh here, so he's keeping in touch with Josh. So that's good to see. And yeah, so a lot of close battles here. We're going to see the DRS train very soon. It looks like. Who is that? Zivan lost the car. Zivan has lost the car.
I think so, yeah. Same
yeah,
place
he has.
Nick.
Yeah, same place as Nick.
There's damage though.
No damage to that McLaren, but that's dropped him all the way down into 13th. And yeah, he's under pressure now already from Bob in 14th. So is Bob going to have a look on the inside? He's going to go around, a long way around. It's going to leave him maybe too much space because he outbrakes himself there. And he's just going to come back onto track in a safe manner. There we go. Uzi's still in 15th. Keeping that nice gap nice and constant. So he's obviously got the pace to stick with the guys. Sims is in 7th now on those softs, so making inroads. He's going to... I don't think there's going to be much defense from Super D here. I think he'll let Sims go. This is a team battle. It is combined constructors. So expect maybe...
Going for a move. Kenny, he's outside of it, instead of it.
Right, so yeah, that's what we like to see. So your championship leader, Speed Alcoholic, there's a reason why he's leading the championship, driving Mega at the moment. A bit of weaving there from Mango. Not sure if that will sit well with Speed right now. Pick your braking spot and stick to it. But we'll see on the straight. What does he do? But both of them looking well after the... And I tell you what, after this whole thing, Top Dog is just around there. He's just sticking with them. He's not letting them go. I'm looking for another close battle, but let's stick with the front three for now. And the DRS will be enabled on the next... Oh, big moment, big snap there for Speed. That's going to let Top Dog through. So Top Dog is through. So a big moment there, snap of oversteer for Speed. And Top Dog is up into 2nd. It's giving Mango a little bit of breathing space here. You know what?
You can see Top Dog, using a bit of battery to try to stay within DRS, which is very smart. Once someone's out of DRS, it's very difficult to try to get back within that DRS range. Yeah,
absolutely. So, and another big slide there for Speed. So he's not really looking after those mediums well, and if he carries on like this, he's going to be in the clutches of Ume very soon. But DRS is going to be enabled. Top Dog has got the fastest lap with using a bit of his battery there, and he is within DRS of Manga. So DRS will be enabled on this lap, yes?
I don't think they get it this... Oh, they do, alright.
Yes, they do. So the rear flap opens, which decreases the drag of the car. And Top Dog in DRS of Mango. Speed Alcoholic outside of DRS. And he's...
Winkies is off. After speaking about no mistakes, he's made a mistake.
Yeah, there we go. So it is possible to make mistakes. And a big moment there for him. He's currently in 15th. Let's just have a look. Zivan has recovered to 11th and he's on it as well. He's definitely got the pace. It's just a big moment that he had. He's going to be up and close with Royal Viking very soon. Alright, so Top Dog, he's sticking within that DRS. He is boosting a bit more than what he should probably. Mango is using that battery wisely right now. Just remember, he's also on the hard tire, which is the slow compound compared to the medium. Definitely more durable. Can go longer stints with it. but less grip. The medium is obviously the preferred race tyre here in Spa, followed by the soft, which is probably not your best race tyre, although Sims has done 4 laps on those softs. I think he was really hoping for a safety car. Oh, big spin by Royal Viking. A lot of guys battling with that corner. We saw Nick in qualifying. We saw Nick in the race. Then we saw Zivan in the race. And now we've seen Royal Viking around that corner losing it. So,
Sims
is that less wing?
That means the pits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I've noticed is it's a bit of combination actually from both. It's so your front wing,
Suspension?
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, so from your front wing, obviously the guys running lower front wings, you know, they get a bit of wash. Oh, Royal Vikings getting a bit there. They get a bit of washout, and that pushes them onto that curb. And as soon as you get onto that curb, especially if you're running a low and like somewhat stiff car, it really messes with the, you know, especially the newer F1 era. You know, now we're starting with the what's the word I'm looking for? You know, downforce from the floor. And it's very
So why would you wash out in the front? Kharat, for anyone watching, Travis, why would you wash out in the front? Is that because you are running a too stiff front suspension, or is it purely wing related? Good pass there by Sims, get him up into 12.
So it's a bit of both. So if you're running an overly stiff suspension, that will cause understeer. But then as well, you have to look at the wing. If you're not running enough downforce, it can't push the tires into the ground to give you the grip to turn. So a lot of the guys running, not sure.
Oh, that's Hanku, 0 to cool. I just want to see.
Bob is spun as well.
Alright, is that an incident between both of them? No, it doesn't look like that. Bob's in a different place. Yeah, and here we're going to go past the Alpha Tauri. Yeah, that is also for him. That's a big repair job for the Alpha Tauri team. So I'm looking at safety car. Yes, it is a safety car. Unfortunately for Sims, he just pitted a lap too early. Just a lap too early. So this is a full safety car. So it's probably 3 laps on the safety car. Everyone on the mediums, what do? Do they pit in for the hards now? Free pit stop? It looks like it. Top Dog, Speed, Zivan, everyone. The top 6, 7 is now into the pits, putting on the hards. Mango is staying out.
Sims can play this delta right. He might have a chance at maybe gaining a few positions.
He's gaining a lot at the moment with everyone being in the pits, Travis. So if he gets, you can always milk that delta.
Oh, Josh.
Oh, Josh. Is he going to be able to pass him?
Not
no,
sure if he got damage from that though.
Alright, we'll have a look at the Alpine.
Doesn't look like it.
Nope. Looks all good. Maybe a bit of confidence there. But, someone's jumping around.
Yeah, that's a bit of
that's some jumping. Yeah, that lag is... My word. Okay, then. Alright, so let's not do that because that will make me seasick very quickly. But Zivan has stayed out on those 6-lap-old mediums. He's probably hoping for another safety car because he will not go to the end on those tyres. Neither does Sims. I do not think there's enough in those mediums to take him so far into the race. So another safety car will benefit them. But Top Dog, Speed Alcoholic, Ume, Super D, Josh, Pantry, Uzi, Boinkies, Cyber's looking good, Bob, they've all did their mandatory pit stop, so they do not have to stop again if they don't want to. So we're going to have a look at that. Right, well, there's a safety car. So at FTR, we do interviews after the race with our top 3, our 3 podium sitters. And if there's any questions that you would like our podium sitters closer to the end of the race, you can post it on the YouTube channel, and we'll obviously ask them a fan question. So at this moment, it's if you look at realistic, it's probably Mango, Top Dog, and Speed. So if you're supporting any of those 3 drivers, you can send us your fan question, and yeah, we can ask them that in the post-race interviews. Right, let's go to YouTube here. Right, let's have a look here.
Oh, Zivan is out. He's pulled a Grosjean in the same corner as Nick
also Russell. Didn't Russell do that as well?
Wasn't Russell? I'm sure Russell was where 0 to Cool went out, I think.
Okay. But yeah, he also did like a tyre warm-up, and then the tyre said, "How's your sister?" So that is Zivan out, so his fan base has just taken a big knock, unfortunately. Yeah, that McLaren will disappear very soon from the track. Luckily, that was under safety car, or else we would have had another safety car. But that is Zivan's race coming to an end, and that's normally heartbreaking for that. Right, so Atmos saying the Aston seats are taken for season 8. I'm not sure how you get that right, buddy, because no one even knows where they're driving yet. So I'd like to know how you got to that one. Right, I'm even going to go read these messages from Tilla because her driver is out. Right, Atmos saying Red Bull Bulgarian for... That's probably the worst saying, you know, and I've listened to a couple of streams. I think the worst saying in a stream is when people say Viliki af. That is just the most... I do not know how to describe that, and I might get into trouble for that. But yeah, we do not do that at FTR. We don't go that route. That's probably one of the worst sayings there is. But yeah, Red Bull both. So 2 DNF, so 0 points for Red Bull after Belgium, which is not great for Red Bull team. So me and Nick will feel the pain tomorrow morning, and we'll catch up as 2 drivers and see what we need to do. But I think the gap is probably a bit too big now for Red Bull to improve during the season. So it is what it is. But looking at the driver standing so far, Speed Alcoholic, that looks pretty for him, being the championship leader. It looks good for Top Dog. And Josh and Bob, yeah, 6 at the moment. And 12 for the Alpine as a team. Alfa Romeo 3rd and 10th, but expect a bit more from Boinkies as the race progresses. Mercedes looking good, 5th and 7th, so that's good points for them. Yeah, so Mercedes and Alfa Romeo will take this to Alpine if it's based on this. Obviously, combined constructors is both divisions points. So just don't look at Premier Division. Safety car should be in, Travis.
Let's see. As soon as the safety car's lights go out, it will go in. So we'll see here.
Okay, so Zivan says, apparently Tilla says Zivan's monitor switching off. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second race that his monitor's giving issues. Just a tip from FTR management, do not buy anything from Wish. Rather go to Take a Lot. Yeah, you can get some decent monitors at Take a Lot. You don't have to buy anything from Wish, because it normally comes from Bangladesh. So rather not do that. Anyway, safety car is going to be in. Travis, if you can get on Mango for me, just during... we're just putting a lot of attention in FTR at the moment in race starts. Actually, people don't do any funny business. Maybe if you can just record that for me. I will stick on Speed Alcoholic and see how the race start goes. While we're looking at this, is for everyone watching, is we do not want anyone to accelerate and then get on the brakes and then do a second acceleration, trying to junk the group behind them or the drivers behind them, because that causes chaos on the restart. So you need to maintain your speed in an acceptable way, and if you do accelerate to go for it, you need to stick with your decision and don't break halfway. So let's see how this goes. So all looks good here from Speed Alcoholic. It looks like a great restart from Mango. Good restart there from Top Dog. Speed Alcoholic being a bit caught. He's not in control of his car, so I'm not sure if he's lost connection, but yeah, there the zero AI kicks in, and Umeya goes past. He's currently in 3rd. Super D is getting past. So I definitely think Speed Alcoholic has got a connection issue, and he's going to drop down the field quite rapidly. So everyone's going to get past at the moment. So which is good for Top Dog, because yeah, he's got only Mango in his sights now. He's got a mare behind him. Super D is having a look here at the mare, and he's got Sims behind him. Boinkies has gone through Speed Alcoholic as well because of the ghosting, and still ghosting. Cyber makes his way through. Bob's going to be next, and then Royal Viking. There we go. So lap 9, and we've got 3 retirements. Nick Gishin was the first one. VSC for that. And then we've lost 0 to Cool. And during that safety car period, we lost Zivan. So, yeah, that's painful. Right, Royal Viking all over the back of Bob here. Right, so Puna's asking if Travis is going to race in Season 8. I'm going to answer that because I think it's worth mentioning. So FTR has combined with SAP, and Travis has joined the management team in FTR and is also now co-owner of FTR. So season 8 will feature all the SAP drivers that Travis has brought with him from SAF1, and they will join FTR, and they will be split in divisions. So they are currently not part of the main Discord server, but under the newcomer section in FTR. We are going to get them racing as from next week Tuesday, Travis, if I'm not right. You are managing that process for us.
Yeah, so racing will happen from next week Tuesday. It'll be short qualifying and 50% race.
Yeah, and they will use the same calendar as what FTR is using, so they will get racing next week. But to answer your question in short, yeah, Travis will be racing next season alongside all the new Premier Division drivers and Division 2 drivers that we got from SAF1, which means it's going to be a reshuffle for Premier Division and for Division 2. Some big changes are coming regarding those two divisions, and hopefully, rumours around that we might start a Division 3. So we'll see closer to registration where we get to that. And while I'm saying that, Sims is all over, or Stupid is all over the back of Sims. Now, Sims is on a 4-lap old medium, Stupid D on 3-lap old hards, and Stupid D looks mega at the moment. Yeah, there we go.
Sims making an overtake.
Oh, sorry, Sims, sorry, apologies for that. It was Simpson and Mayer. So, great. Yeah, he's just on the faster side at the moment. He's probably going to drop off about 4 laps from now. So, Umair, try to stick with him. And he's pulling Super D with him. Then a bit of a gap to Josh. Top Dog keeping Mango honest at the moment. 2 seconds between him and Mango. Mango did not pit, so he needs to make his mandatory pit stop. You're only allowed, or you are allowed, you're not allowed to use only one car compound in a race. So he's going to have to go to a pit stop sooner than later. But no safety cars. Expect him probably in lap, what, 15, 16, then go on to the softs. Travis, yeah, that makes sense for Mango, maybe, especially with the safety car, 3 laps under the safety car.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right, so Puna, yeah, you're absolutely welcome. So some big changes coming for Season 8, so thank goodness there's a week break in between Season 7 and 8. And hopefully we can address the rumours of a Division 3. Oh, big moment, and there we go. That's it. Super D into the wall. Luckily for him, there is... Alright, so that is lap 11. And we're going to have to make a note out of this. If you don't mind, Travis, just make a note of me. Lap 11, Super D, Eau Rouge. There's no damage to that Mercedes, but yeah, we just need to check that footage.
Yeah.
As picked up by the commentators. So he's all the way into 12 now. So yeah, that gives Umair a bit of breathing space. He's still staying with Sims at the moment. He's got Josh for company. Boinkies, I always say this, do never throw him out of a race. Not the best of qualifying, was really nowhere, and all of a sudden into 6th position and keeping it nice and tidy. Mango's got some penalties. If you can check what the penalty count for us is as well, Travis, just give us a rundown. From Mango, Royal Viking, Uzi, and Super D.
So Mango 3 second, Royal Viking 8 seconds. So I'm assuming, I know you got a 5 second for splitting the pit, so I would assume you got then 3 for track and validation.
Yeah.
Uzi also 8 seconds, so similar to Mango, and someone's just come off there as well.
That
Uzi was
is
off the track there.
Uzi off the track.
And then Super D 3 second penalty.
Alright, okay, so Super D's made up that place. He's up into 11th, and it looks like Boinkies is really having a go at Cyber here. So, or Cyber did have a go at Boinkies. So, a side position change there, but he's sticking. So, he's got Cyber in front of him, Josh in front of him, and then just further up the road, he's got Umair. They're all on the same tyre age, maybe Cyber just a lap older, but that's not going to mean much. So, yeah, Division 2 was lucky in a sense last night. They didn't have to put on the hard because of the mixed conditions, but unlucky. The fact that they had to go through wets, inters, and then the mediums at the end. But it seems like the hard is tough to get warmed up and tough to, probably takes about 2 laps or so to get into the zone. Sims is now getting very close to Top Dog, 0.4 of a second, so he is in DRS range. of Top Dog. But just remember, Sims has to pit. I don't think... Will he get through another, what, 10 laps? So 16 laps on the mediums? Is that possible?
Oh, I just want to point out Royal Viking had a spin there. I think it's possible. Look, if he makes his moves smartly and races smartly, he should make it to the end. But if he's obviously driving all willy-nilly type thing and just absolutely sending it, then I don't think he'll make it. But yeah, I think if he sticks in DRS for a bit behind Top Dog, saves some ERS, and then tries to hunt down Mango in the last couple laps, I think then he can make it to the end.
Yeah, so the big thing here is we've got what? Pardon me. So we've got about 8 laps to go, and Mango has not pitted yet. So if Mango does put on the softs now, Travis, the general time, because this is quite a long track, and the pit lane is it's not that lengthy, but it's not one of the quicker pit lanes in the calendar. If he pits now, he will probably come out in 10th or 11th, just between Super D and Royal Viking. Because he still needs to pit. Mango still needs to pit. And he also carries that 3-second penalty as Sims. Yeah, he lunges a move on Top Dog on the inside. So Sims is through. Yeah, lovely move. He's up into second. Top Dog in third. Yeah, so if Mango does pit, which he still needs to do, get on the softs, he's going to have to fight his way through. All the way probably from 11th. As well, Viking does an overtake on, or Uzi does an overtake on Royal Viking. He's up into 11th now. And also remember, the top 12 scores points here at FTR, not only the top 10. So 12 and 11 still get you points. But yeah, and this, is that Umer?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, major position loss there for him. Luckily not a safety car. Luckily no damage. It looks like he just lost the car and is back on his way again. Yeah, but lost a lot of positions there. But yeah, Mango still needs to pit. So let's just put that out there.
Just looking here quickly, he is using quite a bit of ERS, so I have a feeling he's going to pit in the next few laps by the looks of it.
Look, you also can't leave it too late, Travis, because he's not going to have enough laps trying to catch the guys in front. So, you know, probably give himself 9 laps. So I would probably say the next lap he needs to pit. Yeah, if he really wants to get enough laps on those softs to get the max out of it. Or he's just going to do a 6-lap dash, 6 or 7 lap dash, and just really go qualifying lap after qualifying lap. But it's we've seen in the past, it's not that easy to do the overtaking in Premier Division, being the fact that the guys are really solid in this division. So, yeah. If he does pit, it will promote Sims to first. I still think Top Dog looks very pretty at the moment. Josh all of a sudden find himself might be, although he's just been taken by Cyber, he might find himself in a podium position here, same as Cyber, more or less same tyre age. Yeah, with 8 laps to go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Mango does. Does he decide, you know, maybe pit slightly earlier and have to preserve his softs for maybe a lap or two, and then he can absolutely, you know, go for it?
Well, I think there's probably about, what, 8 laps in, 8 to 7 laps, 7 to 8 laps on the softs. So if he pits now, he should be a lap short. I don't think that will be such a big difference, but he's obviously going to use a lot of that tyre trying to do overtakes. But hoping for a safety car late in the race, which sometimes works for you, sometimes it doesn't. I try not to build my strategy in the start of the race based on safety cars, because there might just not be any. And then you're a sitting duck. But he stays out.
Staying out.
Yeah. So he's leaving this quite late. He's got 8 laps to go. So I would say probably this lap or the next he needs to come in. Right, Top Dog still sticking with Sims. He's not letting him go. Cyber is also going to join that party very soon. Then we've got Josh and Boinkies. So telemetry up now. Yeah, he would still get out probably about just behind Super D on those softs, which means he's going to have to do a lot of overtakes if he wants to retake the lead again.
Ooh, Bob having a big moment out of the first turn.
Alright. Well, that's why I DNF'd last night. And yeah, the Williams is going to come through eventually of Pantry Star. And we're going to have a look at this move as he goes. Lovely Alpine, it's a beautiful car. Goes to DRS wide open, probably a bit made too much easier because of the lack of acceleration out of Eau Rouge from Bob, but that's probably because of just not a lot of confidence. In the background there you can see Ume is also gaining on them. Right, and Ume there in the background in the house, he's also catching up with Bob. I'm not sure if Bob has got an issue. Don't see any damage on the Alpine, so probably just a bit of confidence there. But he is boosting quite a lot, so he's using a lot of his battery power to get himself away from Ume. But Ume does look racy at this stage of the race. There is that's a Haas, that is Uzi. Another big spin for him. And yeah, a car sets up for qualifying race, you know, one lap pace and just not finding the downforce and the grip that he needs on his hards on full fuel.
Mango doves the pits.
Right, so let's have a look. So my estimation is Mango will come out just behind Super D. He will go on to the softs. Mediums?
Going to hards. Medium.
That's medium. Why would you stop so late for mediums? Because that's literally, what, 6 laps of mediums? The mediums can do about 10, 11, 12 laps. So he's well underrated, unless he had no pair of new softs available. And let's just see where he comes out. So Pantry, so it's a bit of a shorter stop than what I anticipated. So he actually comes out just behind Pantry.
Yeah,
so,
and he should make this move pretty much immediately.
Yeah, fresher tires, although those tires might be, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so boosting a bit of the battery, DRS wide open, and that is Mango up in 6th. But just remember, he's got a 3-second time penalty that he needs to serve after the race, so that will hurt him on the final standings if we get to that stage. Ume does a overtake on, and this is going to get feisty. So let's see. Ooh, side by side.
Nice and close.
Yeah, this is side by side by both, so no one giving an inch here. And let's just see.
This is the main corner of this.
Yeah, this is good racing, I tell you what.
Really is.
And he's going to have the inside line. They're both giving each other space. That's good racing. That is really top notch. And that's what you expect from a Premier Division. So Bob keeps that position with Ume, but I said it before, about 2 laps ago, Ume does look like he has a lot of pace that has. He showed it in qualifying. And he's got a bit more battery left. He's probably going to use maybe some of it.
Oh, Super D has fun. Yeah.
Alright, so is he going to go on the inside? No, Bob takes the inside line, Ume takes the outside line, and he makes the move stick. Righto, so maybe not a bad option there for Bob. He just needs to stick in that DRS zone and try to recover some of his battery. But yeah, there we go. So Ume is up into 8th. Mango is still ahead of Pantry Star. He's 2.4 seconds behind Boinkies. So we'll see how quickly he catches Boinkies. That's currently in 5th. But at the moment, it's Sims leading from Top Dog. And yeah, 11 laps old mediums. Those mediums are going to run out of pace very soon, Travis. I think this is just a matter of time before Top Dog gets past. And if he gets past, I think Cyber's going to be very close on his heels.
Yeah, I do think that. But looking at as well, Sims does seem to have the slight advantage on ERS. And that can play a big role. Even with sometimes, you know, if Sims is running a lower downforce, just that slight bit extra ERS can play a huge difference.
Right, so the gap was 2.4 seconds between Mango and Boinkies, and in one sector, he's taken out a second out of Boinkies. So he's 1.4 seconds behind Boinkies now. And Josh also got a 3-second time penalty, which you need to serve at the end of the race. Ron saying, Ron, it looks good for 4th. Yeah, it does look good, especially with Josh having to serve a penalty, the same as Mango. But yeah, Mango's already in DRS of Boinky. So yeah, he's doing quali lap after quali lap on those mediums. So he's caught up Boinky's, what, almost 2 seconds in one lap. That's just ridiculous. So here we go. So Boink is here. I don't think he's going to fight this too hard. He's playing the long game. And that's fastest lap by Mango, 1:46.386. We've seen Mango make mistakes before, Travis, when he comes through the field. We've seen some serious decisions not going his way, so he needs to keep this nice and clean.
Here comes the move from Top Dog. Nice.
Right, so I'm with Mango, and this is going to be the move from Mango on Boinkies. Yeah, goes fix the inside, fix his line, and that's Mango up into 5th. So Top Dog is now in front. So Cyber is probably going to be at the back of Sims very quickly. And then we've got Josh and Mango, but both of them serving penalties. So the gap between Mango and Josh at the moment, 1.2 seconds. I don't think Josh is going to make it too easy for Mango to come through. We'll see. Cyber, is he ghosting? Why is he ghosting? Why was he ghosting?
I have a feeling this might be part of the plan for Sims. Looking and just watching that overtake, Sims didn't use any battery at all to try to defend or nothing. I have a feeling he's going to go for a move.
Well, Top Dog is also playing this really well because, I mean, his battery charge is quite high. I mean, he is boosting slightly now. But he's not using an extraordinary amount to stay, ahead. I think he's keep on watching that gap, and he's trying to get that gap up to 1 second, which is not going to do around this spot, and he's used some of his battery.
I think he's diving into the pits.
Why would he do that?
Oh.
Ooh. Was the tires that far off? Yeah, that is his stop, and I thought he's not going to make it to the end on that. Softs gives him 3 laps. Yeah, that's a race win gone for him, unfortunately. But definitely fastest lap is up for grabs for him. Promotes Top Dog to first, Cyber in second, and then Josh and Mango. So the podium is still on here for Mango. He is on the faster tire, and we're going to see an overtake here on Josh. It goes around, the inside field is very powerful, and Mango up into third. And there is 2.2 seconds between Cyber and Mango. Is Speed Alcoholic still ghosting, or is he actually racing? Alright, so Speed Alcoholic is in control of his car. I'm not sure when he took back control. But he lost so much time. So Super D into the pits. I'm not sure if this is going to be a retirement from him. We'll wait and see. Puts on a pair of softs. Not sure why. He's probably thinking, he can get 12th plus maybe a fastest lap, although the fastest lap belongs to Mango at the moment. Gap between Mango and Cyber, 1.6 seconds, so that has come down. And when they cross the line now, there will be, 3 laps left? Lap 20, 21 and 22, 3 laps left. Top Dog looking pretty at the moment, although Mango is flying, but he's got that 3-second time penalty. But I think it's safe to say for now that a podium is definitely on for Mango, yeah. And Josh, 3-second time penalty. Boinky's 2 seconds behind him. That will promote Boinky's to 4th. Another fastest lap for Mango, 1:46.2.
Mango just in a second now of Sabra. Maybe be able to make.
Oh, he's using so much battery, so he's going to run out of battery probably before the end of this corner. Yeah.
Let's see, will he be brave enough to make or attempt making a move somewhere in the second sector if he can get close enough? I don't think that's a very wise decision, but maybe he still thinks he might be able to pull out a 30-second gap if he can get Top Dog.
Yeah. Look, Top Dog's not pulling away as I thought he would, although Top Dog is boosting on that battery, so it's not holding. It's not like he's just on slow mode at the moment. And Cyber's, let's go. Oh, and Ronald gets his 3-second time penalty, and that's strange to see. And that's just probably going to get him not into the top 4, unfortunately, with that time penalty. But yeah, Top Dog not getting away from Cyber as I thought he would. And everyone more or less with the same boost, except for Mango. He's boosting a bit more.
Mango around Blanchimont. Oh,
Bit risky.
very nice.
Bit risky.
Risky, but
can you just check time penalties for me again, please, Travis,
yeah.
if you don't mind?
2 seconds. Right, so Mango 3 seconds, Josh 3 seconds, Ronald 3 seconds, Uzi 6 seconds, Royal Viking 6 seconds, and Super D 3 seconds.
Okay then, so from a top 3 point of view, Top Dog, he needs to not lose more than 3 seconds to Mango to take the win. Cyber, if he can stay with Mango, he might just get that position back. He is still in DRS. You can see the DRS flap open on the Alpha Tauri. So main mission for, I think, for Cybers is how much can Top Dog hold up Mango, because of the time penalties, and how much can he gain from that. So yeah, it's all to play for here. There's only what, a lap and a half left. So Puna saying Mango's going to win with a penalty against him. Yeah. I've seen weird things happen in sim racing. Really, I have. I've seen some really funny stuff happening. So never say never until the checkered flag has dropped. But at the moment, it is Top Dog who is in front from Mango. And Mango is in DRS, but Mango's been boosting a lot. Top Dog has been relatively careful with his stuff, and Cyber's also been okay on it. Super D fastest lap. There we go. I thought as much. He's still outside of the top 10, so he's probably not going to get that fastest lap, unfortunately. But he does take it away from the competitors, which is important for Mercedes to take any points away that I can. Right, Mango is still a bit too far away from Top Dog, so I do not think that Mango can pull 3 seconds out in one lap. And we are starting the final lap here. He's going to get DRS. Which side does Top Dog try to? He's actually fine. So he's probably going to get him through Eau Rouge. But I don't think Top Dog is too phased by this. He knows that stay in his DRS. You know, just keep close to him. Don't do any funny business. Yeah. And both of them
Top
are
Dog
basically out of battery. Yeah, both of them are out of.
Top Dog wanted to win it on track, but you know.
Yep, no, look, that's always difficult, but knowing Top Dog, Marcel, yeah, he's not enough. You know, he's done the calculations. He knows, look, I really need to drive very badly to lose 3 seconds in a lap, which is probably not going to happen. He's probably going to win by 2 seconds, but it's not going to be enough for him. And it's just going to require a mega lap from Top Dog and a mega lap from Cyber, because Cyber's still in this to get second. So I'm going to put just onto the leader. Yeah, there we go. Right, so 2.2 seconds. So that gap is growing and growing and growing. So Cyber is in for the podium, most definitely podium for him. It's all about, is it going to be second or third? Further down the field, you've got Josh and Boinkies. Both of them will get penalties, but that's not going to change their positions, I would think. Pantry a long way behind. Then Umer, Sims, Bob, Royal, Uzi, Speed, and Super D. We've lost Zivan, Zero, and Nick Gishin. Right, so the gap 2.6 seconds. We're coming through the last part now. So if you've got any battery power left, now's the time to boost. 2.7 seconds. My word.
This is going to be close.
If you've got any questions for us, and we forgot about that, any questions for Mango or Top Dog or Cyber, please let us know in the YouTube comment section, and we'll ask fan question there. So Mango crosses the line on track. He goes to second. He stays second.
Doesn't make it.
Oh, my word. So close by Cyber. My word. By a second. Where did he lose time? I'm not sure why, because he was really close.
No, he missed it by... what's that? About 8?
Oh, 8.
No, 10th and a bit.
Let's do that. Well, my maths also. Yeah. Yeah, just over a 10th. My word. But yep, Josh crossed the line in 4th. Boinkies in 5th. Pantry in 6th. Simpson 7th. Bob in 8th. Royal Viking is next up. 10th, 11th, and 12th. Super D will not unfortunately score points. I just want to have a look here. Royal Viking is being challenged by Uzi. Is he going on the inside? Ooh, no, he's not. So good battle by these two for the last part. Ooh. So he does keep it on track, luckily for him. So Royal crosses in 10th, Uzi in 11th. Speed Alcoholic comes into 10th.
Yo, what is Super D doing? Oh my word.
Alright, so yeah, not sure. I think he was planning to come into the pits and just retire. But there we go. So yeah, I tell you what, my drive of the day, Top Dog, what a great drive by him. He just kept it clean. No penalties. What a race. Good stuff by myself.
Yeah, very good job. Also, well done to Mango, being able to come through the field like he did. With that penalty, it's not.
Yeah, we also know that there is
easy.
a bit of a delta difference between Mango and the rest of the pack, Travis. So let's not beat around the bush there. He is fighting normally guys like yourself and Phantom and whatever. So he's no slouch when it comes to racing. He's just getting those races together as the Williams driver at Top Dog comes through. I would say, yeah, great drive by him. Yeah, no, look, no offense, great drive by Manga, but I think my drive of the day definitely goes to Top Dog. Winning a driver on Manga, with no real incidents, no spins from both of them, that's good stuff. And Cyber, that's his first podium at FTR, so I'm going to try to get all of them quickly into. I just want to run you through the final standings, so we just get that for the league. Top Dog wins in Spa Francorchamps with Mango in second, Cyber in third. We've got Josh, Boinkies, Pantry, Sims, Ume, Bob, and Speed Alcoholic rounding up your top 10. And then further with the points, Uzi has got points tonight, Royal Viking in 11th. Uzi, after a great qualifying and a great start to the race, he finishes up in 12th after, I think, 2 spins. Super D did cross the line, not cross the line. 13th, no points up for him. Zivan retired. So 0, so is Nikishan. Alright, so Fahim saying well done to everyone. Nice race. Yeah, let me just see if I can get people to join us into the party quickly, Travis. Alright, Travis, if you can maybe just see if you can get Mango for us in the chat party.
Alright.
So I got Marcel, I sent him an invite, as well as Cyber. Let's just see if they do join us, and then we can just maybe ask them a couple of questions. I see Cyber's joined, so we'll get to him very soon. We're just waiting on Marcel, Top Dog to join, as well as Mango. And then we can continue with our interviews. Well, maybe we must start with Cyber anyway. So, Travis, do you want to kick off with Cyber?
Yeah, so welcome. Great race. First podium in FTR. How does that make you feel?
Well, broke a sweat there during those last few laps because my tires were on the first few laps, so I had to pit for hards very early compared to everyone else. Luckily, the safety car came in and could close up the pack, so I was just trying to keep the car on the track.
Dog, and we're starting to pull that gap. What was going through your head on that last lap? Do you risk going for giving it everything, possibly losing many positions, or do you just think to yourself, let me not get greedy, let me stick here, and know I'm guaranteed a podium?
Well, I could see that the last 5 or so laps I was catching and closing the gap to Top Dog, and so obviously going through my head I was thinking I could win this. but also I wanted to at least keep it on the podium, not spin or anything, because I had a bit of a moment at the last few laps as well, and that's when it went through my head to just keep the car on the track. If I keep it clean, maybe Top Dog will get a penalty from track limits or something, but at least I'm happy with the podium.
Yeah, look, I mean, from my side, well done, Cyber. It's your first podium at FTR, so well done from me and the whole of management, and I think from all the other drivers in FTR. Great drive. It's not. You've had some couple of close calls though, getting close to the podium. If my memory serves me correct, and you'll know better as me because you obviously look at your stats. I've got plenty to look at. But you've had a couple of fifths, I think, and fourths as well. So you got very close to podium. So it must be satisfying to get a podium. I mean, the Spa is probably, I think majority of the times everyone likes Spa. I don't think it's a track that's not being liked.
Well, yeah, I've had a few close calls. The first race of the season, I came in fifth. I think there was another one where I came in fourth, and then there's other races where I've had the pace to be on the podium, if not maybe even win the race because of the pace I had, but a few unlucky spins here and there or going off track. So it's been a bit disappointing whenever those moments come across, but
I've had plenty of them, so I know your disappointment. I tend to do that with 3 laps to go every race.
It's happened a lot, and
But you know what, it's good for you just to get this podium because it just builds that bit of a confidence for you. And some really, I mean, the last 3 tracks that's coming up is really, I think, a majority. I think everyone likes those tracks. I mean, we've got Zandvoort up next, which is really a good track. Spain is coming up next, the same as Imola. So 3 races to end the season. Your teammate is Hanku. Are you guys in a chat party together, or is just you alone?
No, we haven't gotten into a party chat past few races.
Okay, all right.
So it's been a bit like, but we have the. It looks like we've been having the chemistry there because throughout the whole qualifying, we were giving each other toes down the back straight. So it at least.
Yeah, he's a very good mate of mine, Hanku. Unlucky for him tonight to have lost the car, unfortunately. So he lost out on some points, but yeah, he's a good guy and races fairly, and it's good to see you guys getting along. Unfortunately, Top Dog does not have his mic with him, and Mango's normally quite chirpy, and he's not joining. So we're only going to have an interview with Cyber, so that's all cool. Listen, from all of us at FTR, well done on your first podium with us, and we're looking forward to seeing plenty more of that this season and the next. And you're looking forward to Zandvoort next week. You're feeling around Zandvoort after tonight?
Yeah. So I'm now I've got at least my confidence back because in the next few the next few tracks are some tracks that have been decent at over the past few games. So I'm looking forward to it. Gonna put in the hours. Hopefully can come back to this interview the next few weeks.
I would love to have you into the comms box again, mate. It's really nice. I don't talk enough to drivers like you, so it's great to finally have a chat with you. And just from our side, well done again on your P3 tonight.
Thanks you guys. Thanks.
Brilliant, thank you. Right, that's it from me and Travis and Cyber here in the comms box. We will catch you next week. Webo is out next week. He's on a business trip, but Webo will be back next season with FTR. That's confirmed, so we are very looking forward to have him back next season. Not sure which division he will be doing, but he is confirmed. But you can join the rest of the management team next week in Division 2 as we follow Panda and Bernardine and see which one's going to get the Drivers' Championship in Division 2. And you can probably catch me and Travis again next week for Premier Division as we head off to Zandvoort in the Netherlands. And thank you very much for everyone that was watching on YouTube, keeping me and Travis company. And looking forward to your company again next week in Zandvoort. Travis, from me, it's all good. Thank you very much for joining me. And see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, everyone. Ciao, ciao.